How is the compression of the engine?
To Bernie's consternation, Leepu's trying to help the mechanics.
Instead of sticking this in there, stick that in there. Turn it over.
And Bernie wants to try to keep the 20-year-old Saab engine, but it's almost as tired as he feels.
It's a nightmare.
What if?
The ChopShop team has persuaded celebrity Martin Kemp to commission a car fit for an EastEnder.
Being down here in the East End, maybe we could do something that was kind of gangster look, you know, give it some black muscle with some chrome and...
I know what he wants. Done. You got it.
But it's still a long way from a done deal.
If they give it to me and it's below par, then I'm going to give it straight back.
To show Martin what the car's capable of, Bernie's promised him he can test drive it at a race event in just 1 week's time. A celebrity test drive is pressure enough for the ChopShop team. But now there's the added pressure of the venue, the Santa Pod drag racing track. Martin's as interested in the engine as the body, but with limited resources, Bernie has to work out a way to refurbish the engine without having to replace it.
Well, I think we better do a bit of heart surgery. Let's have a look. We should take this sod out.
In order to work on it, the engine needs to be carefully removed.
What we better do is avoid any confusion. If we're all going to jump on it, mark everything. Mark all your injector connectors, distributor connections. Otherwise, take everything off and put it back, and who knows what goes where. We know there's a lot of oil leaks on the engine. The turbo unit down here is pretty worn. There's hardly any boost pressure on that at all. So the turbo's got to go. We don't know what wear we've got inside the engine with the injectors and whatever. Probably going to take the head off, check the pistons. To make a supercar body, we've got to have performance to match.
But Bernie's failed to consult the master designer.
What's going on? Bernie!
Yes?
Come on, mate. I mean, what's going on here?
What do you mean what looks like? Well, we're waiting for you, Leeper. We can't stand around and do nothing. I'm taking the engine out.
So basically, what are you trying to do?
I'm not trying, I'm doing. I'm taking the engine out.
Leepu's worried that the car will sit differently once the 100-kilogram engine has been removed. So he takes a precise measurement of the current position of the car, the Bangalore.
Ready? Look at that. Look at that. That's the unit. All right? Let's check the other side.
A lot more higher.
That's about 1.5 times from this side.
1.5 times?
Look.
It's not 1.5 times. Yeah, but remember, this side has got no cover on the wheel arch, just got a plastic cover. You want to borrow my bloody glasses?
All right, can you take the cover off, Jerry? Bernie, remember this tool. Basically, this has got to be the gap between the wheel and the wheel arch.
Okay.
From here.
It's the largest scraper.
That's it.
Okay.
Don't lose it. That's the only measuring instrument.
It's fine.
Yeah?
To ensure the design work can continue, the team add kilos of sand to weigh down the front of the car by just the right amount.
Okay. What was my tool? Is that the size? I really forgot. I think it was bigger than this. Pretty much this one, yeah. Ah! This one.
Bernie examines the turbo if it can be salvaged.
There's the turbo. Bearing's gone. So the impeller, instead of spinning smoothly, is moved aside. It's like the original turbo in there. It's been blowing oil as well. We've got oil in the air intake, so we've got no power. Whatever way we go, we're looking at a new turbo. That's gone.
The trouble with the car over 20 years old is that spare parts are almost impossible to come by. Bernie will just have to cobble something together.
This is a Bitzer car. It's a bits of this, a bits of that. I now find out that this turbo, they stopped making these probably 3 years ago. Half of this is Mitsubishi, the other half is Garrett. I mean, you know, knowing my luck, it can't be simple like going to buy one, take it off the shelf.
Now Bernie will need to find a refurbished second-hand turbo, which will delay the already overrunning schedule.
I can't get nowhere!
Whilst the engine overhaul grinds to a halt, Leepu's gangster design is roaring along. Leepu wants to create a bigger boot. For machine guns, perhaps. So he removes part of the roof to lengthen the tailgate.
This looks like a gangster-looking car. Gangster. Oh,
Yeah?
wow. I can see it. Beautiful.
It's now just 2 days before the all-important Santapod road test, when Martin Kemp will drive this car.
In 7 days, God created man, the earth, and somewhere to live. And 3 weeks, Leepu ain't even done a body. So where are we getting? Where I can see, nowhere. Nowhere!
Leepu doesn't write down anything or make any drawings of his designs. If I don't know what's in his head or what he's doing, I've got no chance. And that's what's taking a long time to start with. I think that's one of the main things that makes it hard, you know.
My job is totally different than Bernie. He doesn't see what I see. It's a creative process. You don't see it when I'm building. You see it when it's done.
8:45, I was told, first thing this morning is going to be here. Nothing's here. Nothing whatsoever.
But Bernie's still waiting for the delivery of his spare parts, especially the refurbished turbo.
Can you phone your driver and find out where he is? Is he here? Is he in Timbuktu? Is he in the land of the living?
Bernie hasn't got much to do. He's ordered a lot of parts for the car and everything else. Nothing's turned up. So he's just going to start moaning. He's got nothing to do, so I'm just waiting for him to start moaning about something. So it's just a matter of time.
You're doing nothing, he's doing nothing. So by this time the parts comes in, by the time he can get something more done. Say, polish this one out. It's always good if you get something done
I'll tell
before
you
than later.
Instead of sticking this in there, stick that
No, I'm...
in there.
The boys are busy over here.
Oh,
You're sitting down and...
you got your two best workers, Dick and Brain.
Leepu must now concentrate on strengthening the structure of his new boot design.
Usually gangster has a lot of toys. Sometimes they need bigger space for some bodies to put in. I think it's big enough for the gangster. The proper car for the gangster. You want to check the size? Is it good enough?
I know one lazy bastard I'd like to put in there. Hey, come on, I'm paying you £3 a bloody hour. I ain't got time to piss around. And let that be a list to all you guys.
Well, that was a bit harsh, wasn't it, mate?
Well, that's it, innit? Don't mess with the Kosher Nostra.
Leepu's starting to plan the sleek lines of the gangster car.
It's sort of like an acrobatic thing, just like they blend it like that. So it's a bit hard. Metal blending just like. So it's getting there. It's there. I can see it now. Huge waves, you know. Every expression has a wave. Anger, even happiness, everything has a wave. It starts somewhere and swings down to somewhere else. So definitely there'll be wave in my car. It's gotta be there. Huge waves. That's the man. That's the man.
Posty finally arrives with Bernie's spare parts, which do nothing to lift his mood.
2 drive shafts, no turbo. Bug alls arrived, bits and bloody pieces, which are no damn use to me. And the most important thing is the bloody turbo, and I haven't even got that yet.
And Martin Kemp's supposed to be flooring this engine on the racetrack.
Oh, without the turbo, it's going to have literally no power whatsoever. It's going to start up, put it in gear, it's going to be...
It's still waiting for parts. They ordered some parts. All wrong. All went wrong. He has to work overnight. Poor Bernie. Feel sorry for him.
With pressure building in the chop shop, Leepu goes in search of a release valve.